What exactly is the threat we're talking about? What I'm not going to do is give a blank check. What is the reason why we are sending troops to Greenland? Is that for defense? Is that to make sure that we are being more serious? NATO spending has been well below what it should be across the countries. So it's all about the specifics. What I'm not going to do is have an operational conversation when I don't have, the level of security briefings in detail which the Prime Minister has.
But hang
on,
what
I'm doing is setting out a broader strategy about what kind of country we need to be. The world is changing. The rules-based order is quite clearly breaking down. How are we strengthening ourselves? What I'm not going to do is pretend to be a military general and give operational details about where exactly we would send troops. That is not my job. My job is to hold the government to account overall.
But there is a specific issue presented in front of us right now. You've been very happy, and you said that they were shocking comments. You've been happy to criticise Donald Trump's comments about Greenland. The question now is for other leaders to decide what to do about it. So would you support a proposal to send British troops as part of a NATO deployment to help secure Greenland, that really important strategic bit of geography in the world?
Right now, what I'm really worried about is whether there's even going to be a NATO. We need to make sure we keep the US on side. Talking about putting troops to settle a dispute between NATO members, I think, is getting ahead of ourselves. We need to make sure.
That's the question
now.
Well,
I disagree. I disagree with the premise of the question. And what I'm seeing right now is protests in Iran, a strategic threat to NATO, to our country. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Greenland, which actually, I believe, is a second-order issue versus what is happening right now. Of course, we need to make sure that we secure NATO countries. And we stand with Greenland, we stand with Denmark. But right now, talking about troops as if we are going to war with the US, I don't want your viewers to be confused about what it is that the priority is. The priority right now is the British national interest. What are we doing to make our country safer? Making sure NATO is stronger.
But this is exactly the point.
Key.
The threat to Greenland, which you've just said is a second-order issue, is the United States, which has been part of NATO for decades, making a threat to another member of NATO. In what way is that a second-order issue?
To what is happening today, right now, we are seeing protests in Iran.
And I'll ask you about that in a second.
Yes,
but if you're saying securing Greenland is not at the top of the list...
Because this is hypothetical. The US has not invaded Greenland. So what I don't want us to do is start escalating a conversation well beyond where it has got to. There has been a communique released by lots of European countries saying that they stand with Greenland, that they disagree with President Trump's comments. Let's pause that there and look at what is happening today. Where are the security issues? And what I see from President Trump with what's happening, with Venezuela. Venezuela has been helping Iran. He is looking strategically at the axis of authoritarian states, Russia, Iran, China, North Korea. What do we do about that? And we need to get serious and start thinking on that scale to protect our country.